Hello guys, and welcome back to another monthly reset video. And happy 2025. I feel like we've been working up the past few months in every reset video for 2025 that I am so excited to finally be here with you guys to share my goals, my budget for the month, and just intentions for not only this month but the rest of the year. As you guys know, I am in a very particular situation right now because I am ready to give birth next month. So although our goals might not be the same because we might be in different stages of our lives, I do still like to share my goals just so that you get some inspiration into maybe setting some goals for yourself or intentions or with your monthly budget. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I've actually been planning for 2025 since the end of December. I created a vision board, which I have a whole shorts uploaded to my channel. It honestly came out super good. This was my first year creating an actual vision board. Well, for me, I'm calling it a vision/prayer board. It's kind of like a mixture of both. And I really love how it turned out. It has all of my goals and aspirations for this year, and hopefully I am able to achieve them all. So I'm going to go over a few of those goal themes that I had in my vision board, as well as my word of the year. I definitely recommend that you choose a word of the year. Now, I know it's hard to choose one single word for the whole year, but I think that the one that I chose is really going to embody everything that I want for this year to be. And of course, with a new baby joining our family, this year I've chosen my word to be grace. And the reason being is because I know that things are going to get hard with two babies under two. I'm going to be in the newborn stage, probably in the newborn trenches for a little bit. Although as an almost second time mom, I feel a little bit more at ease and I feel like I'll know what to do compared to when I had my first, which I had no clue what I was doing. So I thought this word was perfect because I want to remind myself, no matter what it is, whether it be business, finances, my family, my home, or motherhood, I always want to remember to give myself a little bit of grace because there is a lot going on. And although sometimes things are hard in life, they always pass. And I just have so much faith in God that everything will be okay and that He is going to get us through anything in life. So yeah, that is my word of the year and I'm really excited about it. Definitely let me know if you have chosen a word of the year or if you plan on doing so. I definitely recommend it because it's something that you can live by and it definitely gives you a new perspective, I think. So next up, let's go ahead and get started with my goals. As always, I have my coach cover here. I have so many planners that I've set up already. I actually have a video of my planner stack for 2025 as well as me setting up most of my planners for January. So if you guys have not checked out that video, definitely do so. As you guys can see, I like to write out my goals in this notebook and I've been doing so since August of last year. I actually wrote out these goals before I even started thinking about what I wanted to put in my vision board. So I'm going to give you guys the 5 main goal themes for my vision board as well as for 2025. Number 1 is going to be motherhood and family growth. Number 2 is self-care and wellness. Number 3 is business and content creation growth. Number 4, financial stability and budgeting. And number 5, home and organization. As you guys know, I am a mother and my family is growing this year, as well as I'm such an advocate for self-care and wellness, especially as a mom. I have my business, my online jewelry store, as well as my sticker shop, make content. And of course, budgeting has been part of my life for over 6 years now. And it is also part of one of my businesses. And then home organization is very important to me as well because I not only work from home, but I'm also a stay-at-home mom. So as you guys can see, I wear a lot of hats and that means that I need to be organized in pretty much every aspect of my life in order for me to be productive. And so breaking up these different categories for my different goals for the month is essential for me to get stuff done. Now that I've given you my goal themes, let's go ahead and go through all the goals that I've set out for this month. As I mentioned, I am having a baby next month. So most of these goals that I have set out for myself are in preparation for having a baby. So just keep that in mind. For motherhood and family goals, I want to prepare for my postpartum recovery, so create a postpartum kit with essentials. I will definitely have a video for that, and I have had one before for my previous pregnancy, so I want to just go through all of my pregnancy and postpartum things in my garage and pack my hospital bag. I also want to either meal prep or make some freezer meals, so then that way, although I am going to be having some help, I'm sure, from my mom and my sister, I would still like to have some freezer meals ready for us to just put in the crock pot and for it to be more convenient rather than having us make something. And honestly, just to have healthy meals instead of just picking something up that's fast. I would also like to set up a cozy postpartum recovery space with my necessities. So definitely going to have a bedside nursery set up along with all of my postpartum care items. So that is how I will be preparing for my postpartum recovery. And number two, I would like to do toddler preparation, and what I mean with this is create some sort of busy bag with activities for Vito. Vito actually just got a kitchen for Christmas and he's been loving that thing, so I think that we're set on him having something to play with for a long time. Granted, we do have to, of course, pick up the pieces and set up everything for the day after for him to just technically destroy it all, but I think that that is something that will definitely keep him busy when the baby is here. And then last but not least, I want to do some birth prep. So I want to finalize, like I mentioned, my hospital bag and my birthing plan, which I'm not going to go too into detail into that, but I did have a C-section with my first, but there is a possibility of me having a VBAC. So we're kind of in the works as to what's going to happen at the time that I'm filming this video, and we will just go ahead and see. Next, for self-care and wellness goals, one is to prioritize resting. So I want to definitely schedule time to relax or do hobbies that I like to do in order to just reset for this new stage of my life that I'm going to go into. And I feel like I've been doing really good with that, especially with my different planners. If you guys would have seen my last video, you know that I just started using the ARL Doodle Planner, which is a coloring planner, and I've really been enjoying just taking some time to color these pages and setting them up. Just setting up all of my planners definitely brings me a lot of peace, and it's definitely my self-care. So I think I've been doing really good at prioritizing my self-care right now. I also want to make sure to focus on mental health, so either journaling daily and having grateful prompts, which is something that I'm using this Hobonichi Techo for. I go over all of these things in my planner stack video, but I do have something for journaling and just daily gratitude. Next, for business and content creation goals, I want to make sure to plan ahead for all of my February content. I've already planned my January content, which I will show you guys my January content calendar, but I want to make sure to batch create my content that I'll be posting in February this month in January. So that's something that I'm going to be focusing on while still uploading the videos that I want to upload. So there's going to be a lot going on, focusing on different themes like preparing for my baby, managing life with 2 under 2, postpartum, planning, and all of that. So definitely make sure to stay tuned for all those videos that will be going up this month. I also want to make sure to simplify my business operations. And what I mean with that is I want to organize my workspace in the office just so everything can be a lot more efficient. Since I'm going to be going through postpartum recovery, I would like Victor to help me out with things for the shop and for the jewelry store. So I definitely want to have everything organized and kind of go through that with him, and that way he can help me while he's out on leave from work. So that is something that we're going to be working with towards the end of the month. And then for home and organization goals, we want to declutter just key spaces. The main one we want to declutter is our garage. I feel like we have so much junk in there, and we just want to get rid of everything that we don't need and make space so that we can put things in there that are just here at home. Like, I know we have a lot of clothes that we want to declutter. We're actually planning on doing that pretty soon, and then just donating anything that doesn't serve us. That's kind of what we're going to do prior to the baby coming. And I think that will also help us start fresh this year. And of course, I want to prepare for my newborn to get here. So I'm going to be in full nesting mode, washing and organizing his clothes, his bottles, his gear, and just everything that we have for him. So those are my main home and organization goals. And then for financial goals, I want to make sure to budget for February ahead of time. I want to make sure to budget for any extra expenses that might come, especially with the baby, and just create more of a simplified budget to account for any reduced income that we might have. Of course, with me going into labor, just being with my newborn, although I do work from home, that means that I'm going to be working less. And that just also means to save wherever we can. So we're gonna cut back on unnecessary expenses. I feel like we've already cut down on a lot, but I feel like we can cut out a little bit more now. Probably set up some automated savings for some sinking funds that we'd like to save for. Okay, I'm sorry I had to take a little break because Vito got here, but I wanted to show you guys how my planners look. And like I mentioned, I filmed a video about this, but I think it's also nice to show you guys here if you don't necessarily want to watch the whole January plan with me. This is my Erin Condren life planner, and I set up the monthly view with stickers from my sticker shop, romina.rossa. So this is how it turned out. Super cute. And then I also set up the dashboard page, which matches the monthly view. I set up my doodle planner, which is the coloring planner that I'm using this year. Turned out a little bit different than I was expecting because I had to use some other markers, but I still like it. This is the monthly view. I still have to add, I believe I'm going to just be adding birthdays in here because everything else, like appointments and stuff, I note in my other planners. So this is the monthly view. And then the habit tracker and the mood tracker. And I'm debating whether to use the next pages for either journaling or a memory spread or maybe books, but I haven't really been reading too much this year. That's not my main focus. So we'll see what I put in these two blank pages. And then for the weekly views, I haven't actually written in them. I just put sticky notes, but I want to put one like main thing that happened in the day. Since I already use other planners where I go into more detail as to my days, I thought it'd be nice to just have like one main thing that happened every day in this planner. Just because this is more of my fun planner. So I have a few things written down for this week and then last week, and I really like it. So this is my coloring planner, aka my doodle planner. And I believe you can still pick this up from the ARL website. This is the Powder Puff Pink. Yes, Powder Puff Pink. And then last but not least, I also set up my Hobonichi Techo, the monthly view at least. And this is kind of like my journal. This is where I'm keeping all of my daily devotionals and gratitude for the day. So this is how the monthly view turned out. Really cute. And then I'll show you a page for like my journaling that I've been doing this month. So I've been doing the same thing as before, so a bit of washi, devotional, gratitude, and then I've even added a to-do section here, which I bought this little cute stamp from the Coffee Monsters Co. and I've been using it to put in the little cute face next to my to-do section. I've really been enjoying this journal, and I only have until March. So we'll see how consistent I am, especially once the baby is here. But so far, so good. All these planners really make me happy. And I still want to decorate like this planner. And then I have my junk journal and just other hobbies that I have unlocked for this year. A lot of coloring and a lot of, I think, self-care and me time, which is nice, because that's something that I definitely want to prioritize before the baby gets here. So those are pretty much it. I still am using my A5 planner. I have a whole flip through that I filmed last month, but I am going to be moving into my Louis Vuitton large ring agenda. I'm pretty sure next week. Stay tuned for that. I also want to show you guys my content planner, which I have on Notion. So this is my content planner so far. This month I've gotten up my 2025 planner stack on the 3rd, my January plan with me on the 4th. I'm also adding when I post on TikTok. So like right here I have my 100 Shades of Red series, which is just me dyeing my hair different shades of red. I started that in the beginning of last year and it's really taken off. So I enjoy, you know, dyeing my hair, and what better way than to just make videos about it. Then I plan on uploading this video. I'm saying Tuesday, but it might be moved to Wednesday, which the good thing about this content planner is that I can just switch between the days. And I have other like baby related videos I want to get up, like my baby shower / newborn essentials haul that's coming up this week, as well as the A5 rings setup, which I've been talking about nonstop, but I'm really excited about that. I still have to add more things for not only YouTube, but also for TikTok and Instagram. I'm really starting to take my short form content serious, especially posting shorts here on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you could engage with my content here on YouTube, or if you have a TikTok or Instagram. All the engagement really helps, and I'm just planning on being more consistent. So I'm very excited about that. Those are basically all of my planner setups for the month of January. I know that my planner stack for this year is pretty hefty, but I think now, especially now that I have some time to get into my hobbies and just like self-care and content creation, it just makes me really happy to be able to fill these in. Of course, my life is going to change in a month, so we'll see how it goes then. But you know what? So far, so good. And if it makes you happy, you can have one planner or 22 planners. I think somebody mentioned that they have 22 planners in their lineup in one of my videos, which we listen, but we don't judge. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to my budget for the month of January for our family of 3, soon to be family of 4. For that, I will be using my 2025 budget planner printable, which is available on my website, romina.rossa.com. So let me take you guys to my desk. Okay, so this is my 2025 budget planner, which I have still yet to set up. So this will be another video that I will get up on my channel, but we're gonna move on to this spread, which is our January budget spread. I think I might just keep it in the binder since we are already here. I am using an 8.5 by 11 binder. I will link it down below. I got it off of Amazon. I also have here my calculator, also from Amazon, and I think I'm all ready to go. I always set up a mock spread on my iPad in the same printables, just on the Good Notes app. So I already have an idea of what I'm going to be writing. That way the video is seamless. We're going to start with the income section. For our income sources, we have, of course, my husband's salary. So I like to put Victor, and I'll just put salary next to his name. Then the second income source is my shop, romina.rossa. Definitely stay tuned for this month, because this month my shop turns 6 years. So there will be an anniversary sale, I believe, on January 17th. So definitely mark that in your calendars. I will be having tiered freebies like I did for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, as well as a really good discount, just to give back to all of you who support me and have been supporting me for the past 6 years. I can't believe it's been that long. I have a variable income source that I like to add in here, and this is mainly for things like YouTube. If we end up selling something on Poshmark or OfferUp, I know we've been trying to list more things on there. recently, as well as any affiliate links or commissions that I might receive whenever you guys purchase a product. I do like to have links in my description box for your convenience for the different products that I show you in my videos. And I do get a little bit of kickback from that, so it's really appreciated whenever you purchase using that link. It doesn't necessarily do much for you guys, but it definitely helps me and my channel out. So that is included in variable income. And the last income source that we like to add in here is for any of Victor's side work. So I'm going to put V side work. This definitely helps us with our budget and just paying the bills as well. So I'm very thankful that we have that extra income coming in whenever we do. Now moving on to our variable and fixed expenses. Let's go ahead and start with variable. The first one that we have here is groceries. Then I have eating out, household, gas. We have a category for our babies, beauty. Then for our bills that vary, we have natural gas, electric, water. We did take out the hobbies category just because, as I mentioned in this video, we want to cut off all unnecessary expenses right now. But we are going to still have a gifts category, especially because this month is my mother-in-law's birthday. So we're going to have gifts in here. And then last but not least, I like to have a section for any unbudgeted expenses that don't go in any of these other categories. This is going to be crucial, especially this month, because of any extra maybe postpartum things that I might need for my hospital bag. I do already have some, but I might need some extra things. Although we did get gift cards for our baby showers, so I might just end up using those before we have to spend. So we might not have any unbudgeted expenses for that, but we might. I just don't know quite yet. Those are all of our variable expenses for this month. So let me go one by one. We are budgeting $450 for groceries this month, which is, I believe, $50 lower than last month, just because last month was like a holiday month, and I like to, of course, take something whenever I'm going to holiday parties and whatnot. I think $450 should be good, especially because I'm usually really good at meal planning, and we shop at Aldi, which is the most inexpensive way to grocery shop right now. For eating out, we are increasing this by $10, so we're doing $160. Then household is going to be the same as usual, which is $100. I am lowering the budgeted amount for gas. Usually I do $200, but this month we're lowering it to $160 just because, like I mentioned, with me being on my last weeks of pregnancy, I definitely don't see myself going out of the house much, but instead just prepping the home for our baby. So I think $160 should be good for this month. And this might even decrease in the next month or the month after that. For babies, I'm going to keep doing $100. For beauty, that will get $60 this month. And then for our bills, gas was a little bit higher than the budgeted amount that we had for last month. So this month we are budgeting $22 for this. For electric, we are budgeting $100. I don't know what it was about last month that we had a credit for electric, but the bill ended up being so much higher than usual. I think the reason being it's because our house has been really cold and we have been using a heater in the baby's room. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why the electric bill is so high, as well as we split gas and water, internet with my brother-in-law and his girlfriend that live in the back house. So electric's usually the one that's the highest bill that we pay monthly. For water, we are budgeting $21, which last month I budgeted $20 and it ended up being 20 and a couple cents. So that is why we're upping that amount. Now for gifts, since we only have one birthday really that we need to buy a present for, we're going to be budgeting $50 for this. And And then of course we don't budget anything for the unbudgeted category. So those are all the budget numbers for our variable expenses. Now moving on to our fixed expenses, we have number one, of course, our rent. We currently live in a 3-bedroom house in Southern California. Rent is due on the 1st and we pay $18.50. Next, I have my car payment, which I am super excited because this year we are going to be done paying this car. It is due also on the 1st and we pay $348.06. I honestly can't wait until we're done paying this car. Although we might need a bigger car with 2 kids. I think we should be good with the car that we have now, and I don't know, there's just a lot of pros and cons with potentially getting a bigger car, and that's really not our priority at the moment, maybe in the future. But honestly, I'm just excited to finally pay this car off this year. Then the next bill we have is our internet. This is due on the 4th and it is $39.12 since we split that. I have my car insurance, which is due on the 8th, and this is $129. For student loans, these are due on the 12th of the month, and it is $130.77. For phone bill, which is due on the 21st, this is $53.50. We don't owe on any of our phones. Our phones are paid off. This is just for, I believe, my phone line, as well as I have Netflix on my T-Mobile account. T-Mobile actually used to have a thing where Netflix was on them, but since Netflix prices have gone up, we, I think, pay a small fee of like $8 for my Netflix account. And that's really all that we use. We don't have cable, we don't have anything else, but we do utilize Netflix to watch movies. So I just decided to keep it since I'm not paying that much. And it's only $8. Now, if I was paying the full fee that I believe is like $16 or something like that, I would probably cancel it, you guys. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. But then we have our health insurance, and this new amount is $697.43, and that is for the 3 of us. Next, we have a category for haircut, and this is for Victor. Vito actually got a haircut with Victor's barber last month. They ended up paying $70 for both of them. I don't foresee me cutting his hair again, honestly. I didn't even want to cut his hair to begin with, but I went in with the intention of doing a small trim, and he ended up cutting it a lot, so I'm kind of traumatized about that. So he will not be getting a haircut anytime soon, I don't think. So we're only going to count for one of Victor's haircuts, which is $45. And then last but not least, I'm so excited to let you guys know that we are starting with our sinking funds. We are only doing 2 sinking funds, but that is definitely so much better than last year, because last year we didn't start sinking funds until, I want to say, maybe September. So sinking funds is only going to get $60, and our 2 sinking funds that we're going to be stuffing this money for are going to be Christmas and our car tags, because that expense definitely came unexpected. Well, not so unexpected because we already knew it was coming in December, but I think it would feel so much better to just have money saved up for our car tags, especially because both of our car tags are due in December. So yeah, we're taking baby steps with our sinking fund savings, but I'm really excited because if you've been watching my channel for years, you know how big of an advocate I've been for sinking funds. And with that, those are all of our expenses for this month. I'm now going to quickly total these up so that I can write them down in our total section. So I'm going to take my calculator and total up my variable. I have 450, 160, 100, 160, 100, 60, 22, 100, 21, and 50. So our variable expenses total to $1,223. And then for our fixed expenses, we have $1,850, $348.06, $39.12, $129, $130.77, $53.50, $697.43, $45, and $60, which gives us a total of $3,352 with 88 cents. And the total amount for variable and fixed expenses equal to $4,575 with 88 cents. So those are all of our expenses for this month. Once again, thank you so much for joining me in this video for my goals as well as to set up my monthly budget. I hope you guys enjoyed and got some inspiration to maybe set out your budget if you still haven't, or maybe even think about saving for things like card tags or Christmas. Even though it is the very beginning of the year, I feel like this is the perfect time to start up with small savings like that if you can. As always, please do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.